Division S North America, ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs. It is time to shine. Winner bracket and loser bracket. We have a double elimination system here, and we're in game number 1 of the best of 5. Every single match is going to be a best of 5 series, and currently we're looking at the first round of the winner bracket, where Team ReGen goes up against the Anti-Clown Association, and our first map is Alterac Pass. On the left side of the map, Porky on Lucio, Troy on Greymane, Funz on Falstad. We have Hoochu, not to be mixed up with Choo Choo, on ETC. Noah on Maiev, Dudebites for the red team, on the other hand, is playing for the Anti-Clown Association. This game on Urel. We have Kelsey on Reyna, got Filth on Mephisto, My Palvins on Mal'Ganis, and Frosty Wind is playing Stukov. Jimmy again with level 1 Exterminator. We've been talking about this talent, especially in the European scene, a lot. Way more common right now outside of Battlefield of Eternity, even as the level 1 choice, since Blizzard in the recent patch has actually nerfed Ace in the Hole. And on maps where you have 1 or 2 bosses, it is quite powerful. And damn, the bird comes in, and well, that's the end of Mal'Ganis. So Team ReGen immediately gives the Anti-Clown Association the bird and takes Mal'Ganis down. That's our first kill and first blood in this series. And let's check out what's going to happen here and who takes the lead in all of this. So, for now, when it comes to level 1 talents, nothing too insane just yet. I mean, we have Dauntless again for Urel, which on the European side at least, you wouldn't really see all that often. The Lucio setup that we have for the blue team could definitely empower them here a bit with good rotations. Of course, camp focus is the priority, as the 1 minute mark has now passed, especially on this map. Outside of the boss camp, these are the only camps that exist here, and they're actually quite powerful. So if you are diligently taking them, eventually you will take your opponent's mid lane structures down, and that's what all of this is about right now. Level 1 also still the reactive Ballistospores at this point, so not going for range, which we've seen on the European side actually quite a bit. And let's have a quick look in the mid lane, as both of the teams have their camps taken. And we're going to see that little battle of who is going to take that down sooner and who might be able to push their camp into the opponent's tower range and maybe drop a tower or two. Falstad, trying to utilize his global mobility a little bit, is moving into the middle, can always fly back up top to catch the experience. But has by now also hammer gains as the level 4 talent. Good old Jimmy is already sitting here and is just waiting for a bit more action. Has to evade Noah though, and does. Good aggression right there. Putting Greymane also a little bit down in HP, which keeps him at bay. But there's not really too much hardcore fighting just going on. I mean, it's the early game. You're trying to look for a couple of isolation kills, maybe a nice gank like this one. And Vince is taken down for the 2nd time in this game already. Yeah, reports incoming. 2 minutes in, 2 times dead already. What is this? Illidan in quick match? I'm not quite sure, but that was a bad start for at least Mal'Ganis. So time for him to try and redeem himself here. Prisoner camps are now opening up, but as you all know, normally we are seeing teams only focus on those after the level 7 talent kicked in. So I would assume that this is going to be the case here too. Camp already. Everybody prepared for the next spawn. And there we have it. And you guessed it, on the right team side, pretty much the same thing is happening here as well. Exactly. So, bam, bam. Locking down those gnolls. And off we go. Top lane. Still Dudebites against Falstad. The goat. Hoppity hop. Honestly, it's kind of fun to just like watch Urel just hopping around here, and Dudebites so far is also riding straight back down, trying to help on the mid lane a bit, as we're looking at level 7 talents and therefore a potential push for the objective. I guess all of that's going to happen after we see the camps here taken out. Falstad straight into the boomerang. I like it. Going for the extra wave clear at this point. 2 kills against 0, give them the level 7 talent, and maybe Porky can already try and lock that in. But you see the timing here. They get level 7 and pretty much shortly after the immediate move towards the prisoner camp, as the rest of the team still pushes the mercenary camp down. So here's already the channel. Frosty Wind is just saying like, nope, not on my watch, and gets interrupted there for a second. But that's the only way how they can actually grab this. The lurking arm in this position is actually pretty insane. So he just has to wait for the cooldown before he can make that play again. But the fights are already starting up. There's again the quick silence. And the rest of the team is looking to see if they can get an easy kill here. But it's very tricky for the blue team to actually get a channel, because Stukov can just sit here 6 days to Sunday, and if he doesn't get interrupted, then there's no way for the team to get it. That's a little bit mean. Gives a little more value to the hero on the map, you'd say. In terms of the build, we have on level 4 now the biotic armor, and then the targeted excision has been taken. But as it turns out, they're grabbing it after all. Porky rotated in, got the channel. Now the red team is trying to reclaim it, but there's also a fight starting up. And the tether is in. Urel at the top lane has been killed by Foresight. That shouldn't have happened. That's a one-on-one that should definitely not end that way, that easily. So Foresight gets the kill here. Down in the mid lane, there was no second kill coming through, as they were already focusing in on the second target. But they only have gotten themselves an 18-second lead. Another push from Lucio, though. They break through the wall, and Vince gets away with 30 HP. 30 hit points for Vince as he moves out. So that's unfortunate for him. And what else are we going to get? At this point, we have, a big level lead. Team ReGen is looking at level 10. That's a problem. That pretty much means the objective is going to be claimed by Team ReGen. And they could even get more outside of that. So already level 10 abilities are in. That gives us the mosh pit. It's dance time. Hoochu wants to go for the choo-choo. Got sound barrier in play. Also the mighty gust for a little bit more control here. Yeah. And Maiev is moving into the mid lane again for some aggression against Steph Fountain. Trying to take that down as quickly as they can. But off we go. There's a quick lockdown on the objective, so we have the cavalry coming through. I mean, it's 3 kills against 0. It's an entire level lead that we're looking at. The objective has been claimed too. It's a fantastic start for Team ReGen into this game. The Anti-Clown Association needs to be a bit careful here now. They could lose a lot through this push, but they will have level 10 abilities for the defense, which is of course super important. Dorns of Hate now for Mephisto. And also some survival talents on the side of Mal'Ganis and Urel, which in and of itself is of course going to be quite helpful for them. Lucio's already waiting for the little backdoor here against Mephisto, and Mephisto gets nearly killed. Also, that is a bit of an aggressive stance here that we're seeing from Mal'Ganis. He needs to be a bit careful. That wolf is low, granted, but he has a couple of friends that he brought with him, and everybody is moving in right away. Okay. Yeah, you have to be careful in times of Corona. If you actually gather up with 4 or 5 friends, the police might actually come along and just disperse that gathering. I mean, there is a lot of a chance that you're just spreading everything. That is true for Contagion, but we don't have a Dehaka in play, but that's Stukov. I mean, viral affection on 13, boys, that says everything right there. So you gotta be careful. And, well, when it comes to draft picks in particular, these days Blaze is popular for many reasons, but one more than just this amazing wave clear is that the boy has a lot of toilet paper bunkered up in his bunker, so that definitely helps right there. None of those heroes have been taken in this game just yet, so we are probably going to see them throughout the entire series, but for now, with 1-4 taken down at the top side, the one at the bottom damaged, I have to admit that the red team has actually not lost as much as I expected initially, but we are now still seeing the push through the camps, and on the right side the team is going for the exact same thing right here. Okay, so let's see where we go. Frostwind. Frosty Wind. I mean, he has actually a bit of an advantage on this map anyways. I mean, if you are called Frosty Wind, you already have that white tint, and then you're playing on Alterac Pass. I mean, that's a Russian confirmed right there, and Stukov, of course, has a bit of a home advantage over here. Alterac Pass is very good map. Is good for Team Russia, no problem. You know, I give them shove, I kill them. No shove, maybe slap. It does matter. No problem. Silence, kill is easy. Bottle of vodka, no problem. So, Stukov definitely having a bit of a home advantage in this one. But now there's a talent advantage, so if he can break through that, that's of course the bigger question at this point. But, I mean, we have right now Giant Killer in, there's the tether, and Mephisto is down. And where are we now, okay, comrade? Come on, Stukov, where was that here, right? I mean, the entire team is already yelling, hello, healer, what's going on here? Blame the support, baby. Yeah, Stukov is sitting at full HP in the back, and is just saying, well, maybe tomorrow, boys. Out of heals today, not sure what to tell you here. So now we have still a lead, another fort eliminated. Of course, the prisoner camps are up again. At the bottom of the map, another fort was taken down, which means that we're looking at only keeps for the red team. And they are starting to suffer. Yeah, actually, it brings me to the next point. I mean, it's not only a winter map, so our Russian heroes are going to have a bit of a lead here anyways, but they're also starting on the red team side. I mean, hello? How many advantages can you have? So, right now... and he is riding the choo-choo train. I mean... choo-choo! Pain train is coming. Come on, baby. You can do it. Mr. Frosty Wind is too late for the interrupt, so the channel has successfully been completed by Team ReGen as they go for the next objective. In an attempt to make it happen, to take a keep down in this game. But yeah, off we go. Giddy up, and the shot of hatred. Mephisto definitely hates Maiev, I can tell you that already. The game has so far gone pretty well for Team ReGen, and Mephisto has suffered a little bit. The fight continues. We don't have 16 yet, but the kill against Jimmy. Greymane comes in and goes for the throat. Noah now also trying to escape here. Vault of the Wardens keeps him alive for even longer. Gets the tether through, and that's another kill against Mal'Ganis and Mephisto. The M&Ms went down. Now they go for do the bites, and that's another kill. Damn, they are picking them up like it's candy. 8 kills against 0. It's kind of getting nuts here. 2 talents ahead. 1 talent ahead, 2 levels ahead. And the damage numbers, the difference here is also pretty incredible. Mephisto himself on 17,000 damage. The only one that hasn't died yet is Stukov. Yeah, he held himself in the back and stayed alive quite a bit. It's all those self-heals, you know? When you don't use the heals for the rest of the team, but you just use them for yourself. Yeah, healer getting blamed for everything as usual. But the push is going to be massive. There's now, of course, cavalry coming in again. There's camps already moving through the middle. They're trying to damage the keep even before the objective arrives. But the situation is dire. Dire indeed. As the Anti-Clown Association is desperately trying to hold on to at least a keep or two. I mean, again, they need 16, but how are they going to get it? They can't even move on to the lane to get the experience here. Everybody's pushing in now, though. And here comes another tether. There's the disc already out. They're trying to make the play. The keep is definitely going to be toast. But can they get the kill with it? That's the question. Turns of Fate is through, but doesn't do enough. And there's no follow-up on it either. The keep is already gone. And with the first armor shield eliminated from the core, you see the rotation to the top, where Troy is actually hinting a little bit. Yeah, running it down mid, baby. Moved straight in, gets locked down. Can they get the kill? No, they cannot. And there's a sound barrier to keep him alive even longer. But he did get definitely lost on the inside a little bit. Ooh, Maiev dies. First death on the side of the blue team. Yeah, reported for feeding right away, of course. Can't have any of that. The keep is taking damage, so does the one at the bottom of the map, but there's the second death that ETC dies too. Yeah, 2 first initial kills. Big damage at the bot lane on the other hand. Yeah, they might save it. I think they can save it. They should be able to save it. They're gonna save it. But both have taken damage now. And we haven't seen bosses taken yet, and that's the first thing that the blue team does. They're starting to jump up to the top and try to grab this one. 18 versus 16. 16 talents are in. Guys, are we going to see a bit of a comeback in this game? The European tournament was pretty much the comeback tournament. And yep, with only 3 heroes on the map, the red team comes in and says like, hey, look at that. Thanks for doing all the work, guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to take over from now. You don't mind? Ah, that's fantastic. You're so kind. Thank you. There's a roll of toilet paper for your efforts. Yeah, Ferns in the mid lane is already starting to move through up to the top. There's a bit of pressure, but the boss is definitely going to shut that down. They're rotating now as well, and someone needs to deal with the bottom of the map, because this one is going to do a lot of work on that keep if nobody takes care of it, and Kelsia is the one. The problem that I have a little bit is that the red team actually didn't really do anything with the boss. I expected them to, if not push, then at least rotate down to the bottom of the map and take the second one. So now they got a boss just as they have even talents with the opponent, and they did nothing. I'm not quite sure what the idea here was, but if you take the top boss and you don't push with it, then at least move down to the bottom of the map and take the second and push with that. I mean, again, even talents, so if you don't get anything done on the map now, when will you? And of course they needed to defend the bot lane. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I called it out. But they have enough heroes on the map to do that and still go for the boss at the same time. So that was a bit of a weird one. Maybe they were thinking, just imagine how much more epic this comeback is going to be if we don't take advantage of the situation that we're in right now when we have an advantage. Just think about that. It's all about the potential glory at the end of the day. The problem is, glory or no glory, at the top another keep is falling because they're not reacting to this at all, since they're currently looking at the objective more than anything else. Blue team loses ETC, so at least that happens. But that doesn't change the fact that they need to be careful with their core. I mean, again, one armor up is the only thing that they have. Here's a Mighty Gust, and they're just saying, well, if you don't want to defend, then I guess we're just going to go for a game. Of course, that thing can repair itself, but this is not looking pretty. There's the isolation, and they're just finishing it, aren't they? They're trying. Noah down, and 86 HP on the boss. 86! And that's the kill right there. GG and well done as Team ReGen locks in the lead in this best of 5 series in Division S North America playoffs. GG and well done. Game number 2, everybody. Cursed Hollow is the map. Team ReGen giving the Anti-Clown Association a free lesson on how to play heroes on map number 1. Now there's of course a chance for the red team to redeem themselves here. Porky on the left side for Team ReGen though. On Rega we have Troy on Greymane, Noah on Falstad, Funds on Deathwing, and Hocho on Anubarak. And on the right side of the map, Dude Bites on Leoric for the Anti-Clown Association, Kelsey on Hanzo, my pal Vince on ETC, got Filth on Reyna, and Frosty Wind this time on Lucio. But Deathwing is in the game again, and we've seen Deathwing in the European tournament actually a couple of times, which was interesting. Not too much though. Most of the times everybody still agreed that the hero is just a bit too powerful. Talking about powerful, if anybody is wondering right now on the NA side, hey, why exactly isn't Zul in any of these games? Wasn't he just changed in the last patch? Isn't he good now? Didn't he see a rework? All of that true. Problem is that Zul is currently bugged. His jailers has a little bit of a problem where you can one-shot people more or less, and therefore he's banned from the tournament, so you won't see Zul throughout this entire double elimination tournament here. And Hanzo is trying to pull a bit of a Houdini, and he succeeds. Greymane locks the cocktail in, and Hanzo is down, and now they're breaking through the bottom wall. That is exactly continuing the way that the last map ended in. So yeah, that is a bit wonky. The entire wall is already down and the fountain is also taken apart. I might highlight here real quickly that we are on level 2 at this point. 1 minute in and the red team has lost pretty much the control over the bottom of the map now. Fountain is down and even the fort gets attacked. I mean, I've seen this before, but usually when it happens, the other team is sitting at the top of the map and is pushing the other lane, so you end up with 2 forts eliminated, 1 on each side. In this case, that didn't happen. We have the exact opposite. It's just like total domination from one team as they're just saying, hey, Greymane and Anubarak going on ham on structures. I heard that's pretty good. Let's just kill that Hanzo boy and take it from there. That's pretty much what just happened. So, but the cams are now taken. But I would be amazed if the Anti-Clown Association is not at least a little bit rattled here. Level 4 versus level 3 now. With level 4 talents, we have also the Heatwave on level 4. Level 1 we went into the Dragon Soul. Actually the standard build that we see in most cases on Europe as well. There's a couple of players on the European side that if they get their hands on Deathwing are playing different setups. Blade, for example, has been known to go into Draconic Might on level 1, play completely different builds here, but generally speaking, this is the standard play, or the standard build for most players with Deathwing. Skyfall usually coming in on level 7, but even there we've seen a couple of variations in the past. But it seems like we're having a very different or very similar setup now from what happened at the bottom of the map in the mid lane, because this wall is already losing quite a bit despite the fact that both of those mercenary camps collided. Vince, ooh, is he gonna get the power slide in time? And the answer is Yes! Oh, clutching it though. Clutching it here. The bird is already flying top lane to get the rest of the experience, and that succeeded, but nah, there needs to be a bit of a reaction from the blue team in the middle now as well. They're still trying to push, and the tributers of course now spawn, but they need to take that minion, that camp down, where it's going to be more than just a small problem. Down to the bottom already. The dragon is hiding in the bush. How the fuck does that work, by the way? That grass isn't that tall. I mean, you can tell me whatever you want, but how on God's green earth can Deathwing hide in the bush? If they can make him unstoppable to everything, that they should also make that he can't hide in a fucking brush over there. I mean, seriously. It's like, what kind of also, what kind of self-respecting dragon hides in the bush? I mean, seriously. You're going boss mode when you're a dragon, alright? That's why Chromie isn't really a dragon, because she can literally hide under anything. She could hide under a carpet if she wanted to. She's that small. But if you're talking about Deathwing, there's no way that he can hide there. So, there's that. I mean, again, this is like, I don't understand. Doesn't compute. I really don't understand here. Okay, that I understand though. Lucio going to the front line. I'm a real boy! And then getting immediately shown the door because he is not a real hero. He is pretty much just an oversized minion. At least if he isn't played by Banana H on Ixia. So there's the kill. Jimmy! Also disappearing. I gotta say, a lot of the heroes on the red team are really good when it comes to these disappearing acts. It's absolutely fantastic. Bot lane pressure is in, wave is getting deleted, and that's the end of the fort, I might say. Yeah, they got the tribute, they got the fort, and it's a bit of a spanking that we're seeing here. Build on Falstad, also with Seasoned Marksman. I didn't really highlight it earlier, but I still want to point it out. Of course, still on level 7 Boomerang, so that you get more value out of your global, and in addition to that, also can stack here your level 1 a little bit quicker, which is exactly what they're doing here. Now, on level 7, we have the Boombox for Lucio. Deathwing has actually gone into Skyfall. And with 1.5 levels of a lead, now that 5 minutes in, we have the bosses appear on the map. Falster is pushing the mid lane a bit, but thanks to the early level 10 talent, there's a really good chance that the blue team decides to get at least one boss, if not two. So, we'll see. Everybody is moving already towards the second tribute. I am gonna eat my mouse cord if no way. I'm not gonna eat my mouse cord if they get this one. But with level 10, hello, it's up for grabs. Come on, boys. Interrupt against 3. There's no way they're not fighting this. Okay, there's the interrupt, there's the second interrupt. Okay, off we go. At this point, good interrupts, and they can go straight up for the second tribute. With level 10 this close, there was just no way that they're going to let this one slide. I mean, that's not how it works. I see what you did there, and I appreciate the thought process. A for effort, my friend, but that's not how it works. Okay, so it's time for the boss. 2 tributes against 0. Half a level ahead, and Vince gets attacked and slides out. Okay, close, but still, that could have been it. Alright, everybody is now moving towards the top on their part. They of course want the boss too. That's pretty much what they have to do here if they want to stay in the game. Ensure that they get at least one of the 2 bosses, since they are well aware that Team ReGen has gone to the bottom of the map to take theirs. There's of course, as usual, the big difference in lanes. One lane still has a fort, the other lane has a keep on it left, which means that the bottom boss is going to get so much more value one way or another. Deathwing is already pushing it out too. And there's level 10 abilities now for both sides, which gives us the arrow. We also have the Entomb plus Mosh Pit. And we see, again, Reyna's Raiders. But a good arrow into a Mosh Pit could be kind of neat. So there's that. Top lane. That's where we have Noah just trying to push this back. Bottom of the map. Yeah, that's going to be dicey. Honestly, for the red team, it's just a question of whether or not they're willing to lose the wall and maybe some hit points at the keep, or if indeed they're just okay taking that curse, because that's a free tribute right here. And there's already a zone happening as a dragon hooks in. It's also amazing to me, by the way, we talked about Deathwing hiding in the bush. Can you tell me why a cow is trying to fight Deathwing? I mean, you're literally on the top of the menu, my friend. If Deathwing is... Have you watched Game of Thrones? And again, we are denying the existence of the 8th season, but still. Have you watched it? What do all these dragons eat? Cows. Why would you draft that? I mean, no. The thing should have an extra ability where he can just gobble up ETC and then the ETC disappears on the map. That should just be a thing. If we would bring a little bit of realism to this game, that would be the first thing that we need to include here. Oh, the wolf on the other hand gets attacked by the cow too. How realistic. And the interrupt as the mosh pit comes in. Bam! Down goes ETC. And spoiler alert, the keep is also going to fall. This one is also gone. Middle of the map, that's where another fort is going to be eliminated. Gust into the wall. And Lucio, I'm not a real boy. Yes, indeed, you're not. So, does the red team have a chance to defeat this, to defend? I was just asking, dude, like, chill out a little bit, like, what the hell? Game number 2, gonna end in favor of Team ReGen as well. 8 minutes and a half as they take the 2-0 lead against the Anti-Clown Association. GG, and well done. Let's head straight into game number 3. Game number 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team ReGen is out for blood today, guys. I mean, damn, these guys are not kidding around. 8.5 minutes on map number 2. This is the first round, of course, in the winner bracket, but still. I mean, early rounds are usually a little bit more decisive. But the Anti-Clown Association doesn't really have a chance here, at least not so far. Then again, we had a lot of reverse sweeps in Europe, so if that's any indication, then we're going to see the red team now all of a sudden bring it back here. On the left side, for Team ReGen, Porky on Anna, Fons on Sonia, Troy on Jaina, Noah on Hanzo, and Hocho on Johanna. To the right side, Dude Bites on Urel for the Anti-Clown Association. We have Kelsia on Maiev, got Filth on Mephisto, Frostywind Malfurion, and My Pal Wins went back on Mal'Ganis. Alrighty, so let's see how this is going to pan out for them right now. We currently have in the early game a skirmish in the middle of the map immediately. Noah jumping straight into Wins, and that could be a kill. Fellclaws, 7-8, no way, no way. He had 7 HP. What the hell? Oh, not even close. Rocket scientist confirmed. He calculated quickly and realized that he wouldn't die, so it said, guys, it's totally fine. 7 hit points and Hanzo doesn't fall. You gotta be joking. That was more than just a little bit impressive, so wow. That is pretty incredible. Okay, so now we go for, well, the first objective, I suppose. It's time to collect a couple of gems here and push some lanes. But damn, what an opening here. Noah's just say, like, this is the moment, you know, where you just want to be cool and collected the entire time. It's like, guys, it's no big deal. It's like, I do this every day. I do this every day. It's just another day in the office. Nothing special, nothing to see here. But they want to go straight in for the bot lane camp. Siege Giants are going to come in now. And what gives? Studebite sees it, but the Space Goat can't do anything here. And rides the Happy Cloud. I'm a little bit surprised by that, because given the map score, I would actually expect the sad face over here. But so far they don't seem to be worried. Let's see if that confidence is justified. Push through the middle of the lane with the camp that they just took, so that's at least something. Have an opportunity to take a tower 2 down, which they could down right away. And off we go. Yes, that's level 4 now, and therefore an extra talent. The Hand of Freedom! That's how you can spot an American goat. Right there. Bot lane, still our little battle between Sonia and Urel. And yes, guys, Sonia is back. Sonia is back. So the Eminem of the Nexus is back in business. And is smashing it like there's no tomorrow. Now we have the Arcane Intellect actually on level 4 for Jaina. And slowly but steadily the teams are collecting their gems with a slight advantage for Team ReGen, who hold 36 gems as we speak. They're trying to go straight in for that. So, let's go. A little bit of damage over here. There's the tether, and Noah gets out again. No threat this time though. Didn't end up with single-digit HP. So, here we go. Top side, That's why we still have Kels here trying to push this out a little bit further. At the bottom of the map. Yeah, well, 1 versus 1 setup is here. And Sonya gets in Europe not really... I mean, again, she was pretty much not part of the meta at all. And in Europe, she made it back on Infernal Shrines. Outside of that map, she pretty much doesn't really see a whole lot of play. I think we've seen her once on Tomb of the Spider Queen too. But she doesn't get a lot of play, generally speaking. It's just the not on Infernal Shrines with the way that the meta is starting to shape again. She gets more value out of it, especially if you're going into these Zarya setups that we've now seen a lot. Hoochu, on the other hand, yeah, overstepping a little bit in the middle of the map, but the gems get collected, so there's that. So far, we haven't actually seen any Zarya plays on the North American side. That's going to be a question to be answered later on in the tournament if they jump on the Zarya hype train as well. In Europe, the hero has started to dominate the later rounds of the event. But off we go. Bottom of the map, there's where Funds is still standing. Top side, turn-in attempts are still going strong. Both teams have the gem account, of course. But the blue team is in a spot where they are still delaying as much as they can and still have a good chance to turn in first, since they already delivered 41 of their gems. So if one of the heroes delivers another 9, they're good to go. But the blue team gets it done at the bottom of the map right there. So nicely done. Off we go. There's the potential kill though, and Jaina goes down. Best moment to kill a hero, but only if you keep your own alive. And Vince gets taken down by the archer. Noah comes in and somehow goes full on wanted and just circles that arrow around every single body between him and the target. Yeah, well played here. Yeah, bot lane gets now pressure too. Nobody's actually even trying to stop Sonya here, which means that the Web Weaver wave is getting full value. Going through the entire wall and trying to take that down quickly. But they get slightly ahead. It's 2 kills against 1, but that 1 kill really mattered. Getting that counter kill over here. And now that Sonya is assailing the bot lane, the rest of the team is focusing towards the middle. And is already able to take one of the towers down. More aggression down to the bottom of the map as they're trying to go for do-the-bites. Fun's still fine. Another wall has fallen. Same is true for the top lane. They might not get a 4 tier, but they're getting pretty much every single lane crushed in terms of frontline towers and gates. Fountain at the bottom of the map has also been taken down, which of course matters a lot for Sonya in particular. And she gets a bit of extra damage against the 4 too. Urel is rotating, but she's a little bit late to the party. Goes, by the way, also into a bit of a different build. Full-on spin to win over here. And the turn-in attempt on the red team side, as they have 87 gems now. 87 gems for them. And still a chance for the blue team to maybe interrupt this a bit. They're going to have the early level 10 available. It's a tiny difference in experience. It shouldn't really mean much, but there is an opportunity to maybe just delay all of this, gather a few extra gems, and then have a chance of turning in your second wave before the opponent does. So there's that. 29 gems alone for no over here, for do the bites. Level 10 on both sides. No leap. I mean, again, it's always the better talent to go for Wrath of the Berserker. Please don't get me wrong, but Leap is fun. But nobody is going for that just now. Here comes the Water Elemental. Wind Mute is, of course, a bit insane, so if you make it to 20, you're going to get a great talent there. Action is in. They're trying to make the play. The kill, the cage. The Durance of Fate. And Mephisto is fucking them up. The hate accumulated in the last 2 games, which was trying to get all of the gems collected. And there's just too many on the map, but what a beautiful triple kill here. What a setup. That was sexy as hell right here. Yep. Now we have 5 kills against 3 and a turn-in opportunity. 48 gems out of 50 have already been delivered. And guess what? The GOAT is at the bottom of the map and delivering the final 2. Here we are. Now, of course, the mid lane push is already ongoing. 5 kills against 2, and the chance to take a lead here. I mean, technically speaking, they kind of have that lead. They just are behind in structures, which they can remedy now. Oh, that could be a kill, though. Yeah, that's going to be a kill. 12 gems lost and a kill, but of course they all moved down to the bottom of the map to make it happen, which means they abandoned the mid lane. That's an easy defense right there. But it's a kill that gets picked up, and that's actually kind of nice. It also shuts down the defense at the bot lane. So it might be, after all, a start of a potential comeback here. Yeah, we see them now with 45 gem on Do the Bites. As long as Urel doesn't die, they're going to be totally fine for a second turn in. But them hopping through the mid lane allows them to take down the forward, and the bottom of the map is still not being defended, which means that the structures over there are going to take a total beating too. So that is likely going to take them down. Fight is starting out. Arrow is connecting. Vince is low, but gets out. But there's a kill against Malfurion. Malfurion is dead, and the blue team definitely starting to fight back a bit more aggressively. Second kill comes through as Maya falls. Dude abides. Do not die, whatever you do. You have 46 gems. There's the ult, and that's going to keep him in play. Or will it? It has to. Yeah. Jump, little goat. Jump. They didn't even take that keep in the fort in the middle, but at least they got the one at the bottom of the map. So 4 kills against 6. But you gotta give Team ReGen a bit of credit here. That they were able to turn this around during that battle was quite impressive. So now we have 4 kills against 6 and a level 13 talent advantage for them. As they're starting to move back in. On the left side, that's where Troy is now also trying to use his wave clear to get the next mercenary camp. Another one is also taking bot side, so both of the camps are taken in just a few seconds. There's gems enough. Gems are plenty for both of the teams to turn in. 42 for the blue team, as it stands, is of course... yeah, that was Urel. Urel just solo turned in and delivered that, and oh boy. No! Malfurion missed the route, and Granny gets away. That can't happen. That cannot happen. But they get Jaina. That can't happen either. So Ana just walks out, which is insane, but then they get the kill against Jaina. Everybody is still a bit low, and the water elemental is chasing Malfurion. But the siege giants are also doing damage at the bottom of the map and should really help with the defense against the web weavers. But still, I can't believe that Ana got out and then they turned and killed Jaina. Ana shouldn't have survived there, and Jaina shouldn't have been there. So it was a little bit of an awkward situation. But here comes the next push, and the red team is doing way better than they did on the previous maps. Now we have, with level 13 talents, the fight continuing. Fisto on 24,000 damage. Hansa is even a bit more than he does. Mid lane fort is going to be destroyed. Jojo is down. 8 kills against 4. Yeah, the Anti-Clown Association is not clowning around here. They take the fort at the top, and they start to go for the next kill, and they get Ana too. Guys, that's 9 kills against 4, and they take a mad lead. They take Hanzo down too. They're just crapping all over them, and they still have web weavers pushing through lanes. Bot lane is going to end up close to the keep. They can push at least the wall at the top. I don't think they can get the keep, but boy, are they starting to do some work here. Comeback, baby! Yeah, 2-0 for Team ReGen, but the Anti-Clown Association is reigning supreme in game number 3. They definitely watch these European games and they're like, wow, those European boys, they really know how to come back in a series. And then the rest of the game is like, hold my beer, bro! So they're trying to do the exact same here. It's the good old give them 2 games and try and make them believe that they're a safe strategy. Yeah, it's a little bit of a boss check right now. Just double checking if maybe the red team has decided to go for a boss, which they didn't do. They are going for their own camps now. But they are ahead massively on structures. When it comes to experience, there is a lead, but it's only half a level. I mean, that is not going to really do anything for them because they don't have enough gems to secure another turn in. The only thing that they could do is potentially try and make a play for boss. But it's kind of unrealistic given their lineup here. And the blue team isn't far enough behind to not get 16 auto contested. So that's that. But they're actually going up for it. Huh. Alright. Did they actually attack that? It's a little bit of a ballsy setup. Okay, there's a check already. And yes, turning down here. I'm not quite sure why they are not rotating. Blue web weavers are in. And they let the boss slide. Okay, so that gets leashed. Fight still continuing. Johanna shot out the Blessed Shield, trying to save herself, but she gets vampire. No! Blessed Shield! The other thing, the D thingy, Iron Skin keeps her alive. Maef has fallen though, and guys, that might be bad, because right now it's 16 versus 16. If they can kill a few more heroes on the red team side, that would be a disaster. Web weavers are pushing. Jaina, on the other hand, has been eliminated again, and the fight is not stopping here. Hanzo is also down. Oh my god, seriously. Anti-Clown Association is dropping them. Ana dead, 3 heroes down. Those Web Weavers are not going to do anything. 13 kills against 5. What a lead for the Anti-Clown Association. Seriously, that entire turn-in just did pretty much nothing because of that fight. Middle of the map, they're trying to take that down already. They're still holding on strong here. This is impressive. Given how map 1 and 2 went, Anti-Clown Association is really doing their thing now. 1 down, Web Weaver in the mid lane has also been defeated, and now they can easily focus the one at the bottom of the map, aka not a single fort will fall here. So, despite all of what happened so far, and despite the fact that we had already 2 turn-ins for Team ReGen, they were still not able to take a single fountain down. Now, there is another attempt apparently to go for the boss at the top side. Okay, so they're trying to lock that back in. Top keep on the blue team side is only 50% HP. So, if they get the boss here, that keep is likely gonna fall. And it seems like they will. Blue team is not doing anything. Blue team should be a bit suspicious, honestly. If you don't see the opponent on the map at this point, I mean, where could they be? There's not really too many things that they could possibly take. I mean, even the camp has already been claimed. So, the boss gets locked in, not being contested at all. In the middle of the map, at least the fort is going to be destroyed by the camp and also by Hanzo. Noah has to move away from this. And the bottom fort is also taken, so the boss comes at a bit of a price. Both forts are down. To be honest, I don't really think that that is too big of a price to pay, simply because the forts were so low anyways, that the chances of you getting too much done with them, yeah, they're slim to none. They would have fallen soon anyways, but that allows now for an easy turn-in, and the boss is going to get some damage done against the keep topside, could theoretically even take it down. Depends a little bit on the setup here. Oh, yeah, close, but the rest of the team comes in and is going to try and seal the deal on this one now. And they have a chance of making that happen. Arrow comes out, connects with Malfurion. That's not really a lot, but in comes Sonya. Slam, bam, wham. And the old geezer with the green beard is dead. And normally what you would see on a European team is them rotating into the middle and not even going for the top, because the Web Weaver will take that down anyways if you focus the opponent's attention somewhere else on the map. But now Mephisto is down, Malfurion is dead, and that top keep might actually still survive all of this. This is actually unbelievable if you think about it. I mean, Sonya nearly got the kill against Mal'Ganis too, but Europe would have moved into the middle or even the bot lane and just drawn the attention of the opponent away from top. So one keep would have fallen one way or another, no matter what Team ReGen does. But them rushing with 5 man towards the top lane definitely didn't help their cause here on the macro level. So this is an easy defense. They didn't accomplish anything with that Web Weaver wave. That's really weird now. The last 2 Web Weaver waves that we've seen, one for the blue, one for the red team, accomplished nothing. Oh, Sonya, 24 gems, but there's the Blessed Shield, turnaround attempt, 2 versus 3. Yes, the magic duo, here we go. Rest of the team is also coming in. Hanzo has his arrow, doesn't use it just yet. Could though, and there is arrow and the connect, but can they get enough? They're trying, and here's the ult on Yrel to survive through all of this. Kelsia is making it out as well. He was at 80 HP, not really a whole lot. Level 10 abilities, very soon also strengthened by the level 20 that is about to pop up. 40,000 damage for Mephisto, 44,000 for Hanzo. And yeah, Storm Talons, the next one on the road. Structurally speaking, it's pretty much identical now. Honestly, it's dead even at this point. Yes, this keep has no hit points. I mean, it's 136 hit points out of 17,000, so that's kind of nothing. But at the end of the day, it's still the same effect, because you have catapults now moving through your lanes, but only one because of the eliminated fort. That jump, on the other hand, that could be the end if Sonya falls here. Blessed Shield is out again. They're trying to turn it. Okay, there's already the Blizzard damage. And Sonya with the spin to win. Back to full HP pretty much. Loses a few. She gets attacked again. Porky is low. And that's the first victim in the fight. Could see a second one coming in too, but Sonya's still going strong here. Spin to win, baby. And the arrow. And the kill against Mephisto. Where's the smash when you need it? Smashy smash action. 1 hero down, Web Weavers incoming, top side gets pushed, 4 versus 4 on the map, and this game is not quite over yet. Kind of impressive considering that the blue team is 6 kills behind. I mean, they are far behind right now, but they are still fighting for their life here. And they might actually get a lead now if they can take the first fort of the game, or sorry, the first keep of the game down. That would be that right there. And they are pushing the mid lane. They have actually put this thing down to 50% HP already at the bottom of the map. The Web Weavers are breaking through the entire gate and are really threatening fort and keep. But up here to the top or to the middle, the cage is already up. Oh, the setup! The condemn into the Jaina damage. Maiev down, Urel down, keep down. That's a double keep. And a kill against Vince, very likely. This looks like game. This looks like game. Malfurion 5-man team wipe. And that could be the end of the game and the series. Team ReGen far behind in game number 3, but somehow they are able to hold on. And then they turn it just at the end of the game. Pretty good decision here around the last Web Weaver wave, and they are dropping that core like it's nothing. Down it goes, and Team ReGen advances to the next round of the winner bracket here at the Division S Season 2 Playoffs in North America. GG, and well played as the Anti-Clown Association drops down into the losers bracket.
Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching the video today. I hope that you guys had some fun with the coverage here. If you want to support me and my work, you can do so now for absolutely free, thanks to a continued partnership with Raid throughout the entire month of March. And I would really appreciate if you could just take a couple of minutes, jump down in the YouTube description, check the link out, download the game, and play through the 20-second tutorial that ends with the dragon fight. And if you do that, you support me directly, it would help me a lot, and I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes to do that and support the channel here. Either way, I hope that you guys had a good day today, and see you guys soon on the channel here with more esports coverage on Khaldor TV. Bye bye.